What's going on, folks? So the band Fortune Teller has just released their second ever single here called The Fortune Teller. I'm very curious to hear this one because their debut single was quite impressive and quite awesome, to be frank. But now I'm super curious because the debut single really came out of the gate and was incredibly impressive, especially for a first single, but even just in its own right. So now that we've been kind of surprised, by how awesome they sound with the first single, how are they going to follow that up? How are they going to follow that up? Are they going to keep the momentum moving? All that good stuff. So let's see what they got here. I'm just curious. So, anywho, Ragers, go.
Came as
Well, so they're definitely not a one-trick pony. So really solid stuff here. What really impresses me is just their sound. I mean, they have that sort of sound where they just sound like this band is a seasoned band. You know, they have multiple albums under their belt. I mean, they really already know what they're doing. And this is their second single only. So it just really impressive. And I remember that's what really impressed me too with the first single. Right out the gate, just having such a grasp over like what they want, how they want to achieve it, and just the overall production and sound and how they put everything together and how the band works together. Again, it just sounds like they've been around, with multiple albums already behind them. So super impressive there. I really like the heaviness of some of the aspects of this song, those heavy kind of guitar riffs and stuff. And I love, when you have those kind of heavy riffs and then at the end of each kind of section of the riffs, the like a neat little flourish that is just really cool. It adds a little character to that riff. So that was really neat. I really enjoyed the guitar solo and stuff. It was nice and melodic, and it wasn't like just some crazy kind of random shredding. It certainly had a nice melodic sort of quality to it, and I always love that in a guitar solo. It's fun to hear like those things that are all over the place, but the ones that I feel like have the most lasting power, at least for me, are the ones that are nice and melodic and really kind of go with the flow of the song. And I thought they just did a great job with that here. And again, those heavy, almost like headbanging moments interspersed with the more kind of melodic moments and whatnot. Just very well crafted. I like the keyboard. You couldn't hear it all the time, but when you could, it had more of like almost a piano quality to it. And that was just really nice. A little added kind of extra thing. And it sounded like, there was some symphonic elements like sprinkled in there. I could swear I heard some strings in there at some point, but it never overtakes anything. It was just kind of there to add a little, extra something to the song. Whereas I feel like the guitars really kind of drive the majority of this song musically. And then the bass too, like when it's doing the heavy kind of guitar riff moments, you can really hear the bass kind of slapping, and I enjoyed that a lot too. It really, it makes the sound almost kind of emanate even further, like when you have the bass really kind of prominent and really providing that extra oomph. So yeah, I enjoyed that a lot too, and the drum work was really well done. There was like one spot too. I think it was it in the bridge, like kind of after the solos and stuff, where it's almost like a marching band kind of beat. I could be wrong of when that was, but I believe that's when that was. But anywho, yeah, I mean, I enjoyed a lot of the drum work as well too, and especially when it is kind of transitioning like into the heavy stuff, and it just really cool. And then the vocals. I mean, she has such a great voice. Again, she really sounds like, and this goes for like all of the musicians, the musicianship, all of the members, how I already kind of mentioned, they just sound like they've been playing together and working together for quite some time already. They just work together so well, and they're just super talented. But the vocals as well, like she just really has that confidence that I feel like you only get after you've been around for a bit, confidence in your sound, and confidence in how you want to deliver the lines, and confidence in just the overall mission of the band, which again, this is their second single only. And it's one thing to be kind of a seasoned vocalist or something like that. Maybe you've been in other bands or whatnot, but I feel like every new project has a slightly different approach to it. And sometimes it can take a little time to really kind of find your footing and find like, the sweet spot of how you want to approach it and whatnot. But from the first single into this single here, I mean, she just really commands it. She just really just knows what she wants, knows what she's doing, and knows how to deliver with the vocals, and just great voice, great kind of range in both delivery and just, vocal quality and all that good stuff. And, she's got a nice kind of aggressive sort of approach with a bit of attitude, but then she can also go into kind of more upper like melodic territories, and just great. I really enjoyed the verses. It had a nice bit of groove to them. And then the chorus, I really enjoyed it. It kind of grew. I liked it the first time I heard the chorus, but each subsequent time I kind of liked it more, and I was vibing with it even more. It just has a nice sort of rhythmic quality to it. The way the vocal lines are delivered, nice melody. It's infectious. Especially I like the way they say like the fortune teller. Like I kept finding myself like really digging that, and just the rest of the chorus as well. I just found myself really engaged with and enjoying quite a bit. So, I mean, just a very, very, very solid song. These folks, like, you never know what the future holds. You can only like predict these things or whatnot, or again, predict what you think should happen, even though that's not necessarily what does happen. But I mean, I really think that these folks are going to make a big splash into the symphonic and power metal scene, because yes, I mean it has qualities of both genres. So I would certainly call them like a symphonic power metal band, because even this song didn't have as much symphonics. I feel like the first song had more symphonic elements than this one, so it's very kind of guitar driven. There's a lot of power there, even in the vocals and in the melody. So it very much has like the qualities of both the symphonic and the power metal styles, and they just execute it so well, and their quality is just so great. So yeah, I mean, I really think that they'll make a splash here on the scene. They already have, as far as I'm concerned, but I think their notoriety or fan base is only going to keep growing exponentially. I think starting out is always the most difficult, but you can see that they're already kind of gaining steam. And I think once that builds up enough, you reach that point to where it kind of just exponentially just goes up. And I really think that we'll see that in the near future here, where this band is really just going to take that extra leap, is again, as far as being known and appreciated and enjoyed. So again, I could be wrong, but at least that's what I think should happen, because I mean, just what a great sound. And the songwriting is excellent as well. I mean, that's 2 singles that are just great. So yeah, I'm very curious to see what else that they do. Hopefully there's an album on the horizon. I'd be very interested in that. So yeah, anywho, really great band, really exciting band. It's always fun to start enjoying a band at the ground floor, especially when they're this good, because the sky's the limit, and it'll just be fun to see their journey. Anywho, let me know, folks, in the comments down below. What do you think of this song here? How does it stack up to the previous single? How excited are you for this new band to be on the scene? And are you looking forward to more? Let's discuss it. I'll catch y'all next time. Ranger, out.